All right, today we're jumping into Shadow of Light. Picture this, a super futuristic, neon-drenched city. We're getting these amazing powers. Well, it comes with a price that might be way too high to pay.
So, let's set the scene. You're in Neonara. The city is just shimmering with giant corporate logos, drones are buzzing everywhere, and on the surface, everything seems perfectly under control, right? But deep down, under all that neon glow, there's a secret lab, and a single explosion is about to blow this whole world wide open and create a hero who never asked to be one.
And really, this whole story boils down to one incredibly tough question. It's got this painful twist that just hangs over everything. It's the kind of dilemma that's going to shape every single choice our hero has to make.
Okay, so how does a totally normal student suddenly become a superhuman? Well, it all kicks off with just one little spark in all that neon.
So let's meet our main guy, Ren. 1 minute, he's just your average high school student, living a pretty quiet life. And then, bam! The next day, he's thrown into this completely new reality where he can literally control light and shadow. His life is just instantly split right down the middle.
So what caused this crazy transformation? It's something called the ether core. The best way to think of it is like this super potent, really mysterious energy source. And, you guessed it, it was unleashed during that secret lab explosion. Ren just happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong time, or maybe the right place, and he got caught in the blast, soaking up all that power.
Getting superpowers sounds amazing, but the gift from the ether core? It's a classic double-edged sword. Let's talk about the awesome power, and then the absolutely devastating price that comes with it.
So, what can Ren actually do? The ether core basically gave him this perfect duality of power. On one hand, he can command brilliant, blinding light. On the other, he can control the deepest, darkest shadows. This makes him, unbelievably versatile and a really formidable opponent.
I mean, that sounds like the perfect superpower, doesn't it? But of course, nothing is ever that simple. And honestly, this is where the story gets really good. What could possibly be the downside to having these incredible abilities?
And here it is, the catch, the absolutely devastating cost. Every single time Ren uses his powers, whether it's to save someone or fight a bad guy, a piece of who he is gets erased. A memory, a part of his past, just gone forever.
This just completely redefines what being a hero even means for him. His biggest fight isn't out on the streets against villains. No, it's an internal war, just trying to hold on to his own identity. Think about it. The more he helps people, the more of himself he literally loses.
The good news is, he doesn't have to go through this all alone. But as we're about to see, he's going to need all the help he can get, especially with a brand new enemy who's about to step out of the shadows.
So this is his team. You've got Hana, who's the genius inventor. She's basically the brains of the whole operation. And then there's Kai, the hot-headed street fighter. He's the muscle. The two of them, they're the only ones who can really help Ren figure out this insane new life he's living. But you know how it goes. For a hero of light, there has to be a villain of darkness. After all, every single light casts a shadow. And that shadow's name is Nox. Now, this isn't just some random bad guy. He's a warrior who also controls shadows, but here's the really scary part. He seems to know things about Ren's past, things that Ren is starting to forget. This makes their rivalry so much more personal and twisted. So it starts as this really personal conflict with Nox, quickly blows up into something way, way bigger. This isn't just a fight for the city anymore. It's a fight for Ren's own past, a desperate race to figure out the truth before it literally vanishes from his mind for good.
But here's the thing. Nox isn't working alone, not even close. There's a much bigger, much more dangerous threat in the background. A whole secret organization that knows all about the ether core. And yep, you guessed it, they want that power for themselves.
And their plan? It's pretty simple, but absolutely terrifying. Step 1, get control of the ether core. Step 2, weaponize its power. The same energy that's literally eating away at Ren's memories. In their hands, it could be used to control the entire world. And just when you think the stakes are as high as they can possibly get, the story drops another bombshell. This whole fight, this secret organization, the ether core itself, it's all connected back to Ren in a way he absolutely could not have seen coming. Okay, here's the final massive twist. The ether core,
It wasn't some random lab accident. It's directly tied to Ren's father, who's been missing for years. Why? Because his dad, it turns out, was one of the original scientists who created it.
Which brings us to the final, really gut-wrenching question of the whole story. To save the future, to stop this organization, and finally find out what happened to his dad, Ren has to keep using his powers. But every time he does, he sacrifices another piece of his own past. So the question is, what would you do? To save the future, would you be willing to completely sacrifice your past?